Hi everyone, Bernard here. Hope you're all staying safe and well, and welcome to my film and TV channel. We have a little film review today that's been quite popular. It's been out for a while. It took a little while to get over to this side of the pond here in the UK. We get our first chance, I think, to see this as a whole from the 9th of April when it appears on Amazon Prime. But yeah, we're going to have a look at a science fiction romantic drama today. That comedy drama even. Well, okay. Well, there is some comedy in it that's been likened to an old classic. Yeah, we've got a time loop thing, so yeah, it's going to be likened to Groundhog Day, isn't it? So we're going to have a look at Palm Springs today. Please, if you're new to this channel, push that subscribe button, push the bell notification if you enjoy what you see. I'm trying to give you some information on these films, my own personal views, other critics' reviews, etc. Just a quick look at this movie and see what people are saying, whether I quite agree with it or not, and if it's worth a watch. It's always worth a watch, aren't they? You always like to watch things yourself anyway, no matter what anyone else does. So we'll have a look at that Palm Springs today. And if you do check the playlist, you'll see lots of stuff on movies and TV. And also my football team, Manchester City, if that's of any interest. If it's not, don't worry about it. There's loads of film and TV stuff. But if you know anyone who might be interested, please point in my direction. I'll be very grateful, and hopefully they'll enjoy it and subscribe as well. Obviously I do City Pass, City Present, City Quizzes, lots of different stuff on there. And please, if you follow or friend me on Facebook and Twitter, I do check every 3 or 4 days and follow and friend everyone back on there. I do post loads of stuff on there as well to do with movies, TV and football, of course. All comments very welcome about this film if you've seen it, or as you say, a lot of people probably say I've seen it because there's a lot of reviews out there. But let me know what you thought. Anyway, I'll share my views with you. Let me know what you thought about Palm Springs or anything to do with film and TV. That'd be fantastic. And of course, if you don't have time to leave us a comment today, just give us a little thumbs up. That'd be great. Right, yeah, 15 rating, 90 minutes, directed by Max Barbaco, and with a screenplay by Andy Ciara, from a story by Ciara and Barbaco as well. Stars Andy Samberg as Niles, who's Misty's boyfriend and Sarah's love interest. Kristen Milioti as Sarah, sister of the bride Tyler. J.K. Simmons as Roy Schaeflin, another person trapped within the time loop, the poor bugger. Meredith Hagner as Misty, Niles' girlfriend and Tyler's bridesmaid. It is easy once you start watching the thing. Camilla Mendes as Teller Ann Wilde as Sarah's half-sister and the bride, and Tyler Hoechlin as Abraham Eugene Trent, Abe Schieflin, Tyler's fiance, and many, many more. But obviously the main culprits in this are Andy Samberg, obviously, and Kristen Milioti. Yeah, the film had its premiere at the Sundance Film Festival back in January 26, 2020. So there you go, released in select theatres by Neon, and of course digitally it's been advertised on HULU on July the 10th, 2020. So it's been a while to get over the pond to us. The film received 2 nominations at the 78th Golden Globe Awards for Best Motion Picture, Musical or Comedy, and Best Actor, Motion Picture, Musical or Comedy for Samberg himself. What's it about? Well, simply, they're stuck in a time loop. 2 wedding guests develop a budding romance while living the same day over and over again. Is it any good? Well, I watched the trailer. The trailer's good if you watch the trailer. It's nice watch the trailer. Very interesting. Tells you on the box what you get inside, basically. So yeah, I like the trailer. I would score the trailer 7 out of 10, which is a good sign, but obviously not always. We don't always get a good film to follow a good trailer, do we? Rotten Tomatoes, though, yeah, the film has an approval rating. On the trailer it says 100%, but not quite. Obviously, when they did that, it must have been early doors, because it's got an approval rating of 95%. So a little bit short, but you know, obviously trailers can't be altered, I suppose. But perhaps they shouldn't have put at the time of publication. It probably was 100%, but it's only 95%. Anyway, who's quibbling over 5%? That's based on 219 reviews, an average rating of 8 out of 10, which is not too shabby. 207 fresh and just 12 rotten, so at least 12 people didn't quite appreciate it. Its audience score as well, Rotten Tomatoes audience would give it an 88% approval rating, so again, not quite as high, but not too bad. The website's consensus: strong performances, assured direction, and refreshingly original concept make Palm Springs a rom-com that's easy to fall in love with. On Metacritic, the film has a weighted average score of 83 out of 100, based on just 43 critics, which I'll say just, but that's enough. 40 positive positive and 3 mixed. And it scores anywhere between 70 out of 100 and 100 out of 100. I don't believe those hundreds out of the 100, so I've not picked up one of those. Slash Films Ben Pearson give it 9 out of 10, so we give it 90 out of 100. He said, a sharp, laugh-out loud crowd pleaser. Palm Springs could end up being the funniest film of 2020. But it's not a mindless comedy. It tackles some profound topics amid the laughs, interrogating the sustainability of long-term relationships and exploring how a seemingly awful situation might be aided by a change in perspective. Vox's Alyssa Wilkinson gave it 7 out of 10, so liked it as well. But that's one of the lowest scores, so that's not too bad, is it? Zinging between humour and poignance with a lot of charm. It achieves in its most insightful moments what comedy does best. Let us laugh at the world a little by way of learning something about ourselves. Empire magazine themselves, they gave it 5 stars. That's where I first came across this film. Called it a wonderful weird spin on an old favourite. I think we know which one they're talking about, which seems destined to become a classic itself. Brave, high praise indeed. The audience on the Metacritic 7.8 out of 10, so that's based on 247 scores, so again pretty high. So we are getting some good high scores for this, aren't we? Internet Movie Database itself, well, we have over 90,000 scores and reviews been left, 90,732, and an Internet Movie Database rating of 7.4 out of 10. So all looks pretty good, doesn't it? If you look at Internet Movie Database, there is the good, the bad and the meh. Let's have a look at the good. Someone wrote, it's like, yes, Groundhog Day. It was going to be mentioned at some stage, wasn't it? But much better, 8 out of 10. That's Dariyad Arevich on the 19th of March. He wrote this, the movies about time are my favourite. Yeah, I do enjoy them. And this one was not an exception. That was a nice and funny romantic line of realistic grown-ups and full of sparkling humour. It's not only another version of Groundhog Day, it's a kind of parallel universe in which Jake Peralta from Brooklyn Nine-Nine met the mother from How I Met Your Mother. There you go. The bad, yeah, not everyone was impressed. Something was off. Mountain River on the 29th of January only gave it 3 out of 10 and wrote, although Andy Samberg was very good, the movie really never hit my comedy button. The direction and casting could have been better. Some scenes actually made me cringe, and I couldn't relate as to the attraction between the characters. I was going to turn the movie off halfway through, but hung in only to be disappointed with the second half. And the meh, the in-between. Yeah, Rodrigo Cativa wrote, unnecessary, watch Groundhog Day again. This is much far better. 5 out of 10 for this effort. It's not the first time someone takes this premise and does it all over again, but this is too close from the original, adds nothing and lacks a lot. I even enjoyed more the recent teen version of The Map of Tiny Perfect Things. At least that one targets that audience. It's a fine production with good acting, but I wish they'd put that production effort into something else. Watch Groundhog Day again instead and again. Yeah, we'll give it 5 out of 10, so it's not a total downer on it, was it? Right, Berners, what about my little thoughts or what they're worth on this? Yeah, I didn't watch the trailer till I'd watched the film itself. I had read Empire's feature on it, and that's what sort of inspired me to go and watch this, to be honest with you. I was sort of looking for things to watch at the time, and I did stumble across this. Oh, I'll have to try and find this one. I didn't want to wait till April the 9th, and obviously for it to appear on Amazon Prime. I wasn't totally blown away, like many appear to be, but I think that may be based on an age thing. I mean, let's face it, there's going to be loads out there who have perhaps watched Happy Death Day and Edge of Tomorrow. All right, they're not comedy time loops, but you know, that principle. But perhaps I haven't watched Groundhog Day, you know, and that would be a shame. You know, I think anyone should perhaps go back and watch Groundhog Day if they haven't. But I will guarantee now many people haven't. Certainly of younger watchers. And obviously this is being compared to that, but as I said, I've still fond memories of Groundhog Day. I've certainly not watched it for many years myself now, but yeah, certainly, perhaps it doesn't, perhaps I'll do a rewatch at some stage, but yeah, this is what it's being compared to. I will say though, I did like this in the main because of Samberg and Milioti, who sort of carried it along for me. I think if those two characters had been someone else, it might not have worked for me, but I think there's some great sets, some great acting talent overall, but these two guys just sort of made it very watchable for me. It's one of the things that did keep me watching. And at times I'm not bored, but it did get a little repetitive in the way that, yeah, it's bound to be repetitive, isn't it? But fortunately, when you got two characters like that, it sort of helped me get through. It wasn't particularly funny for me. There was 2 or 3 scenes that did make me smile. I just thought it was a really nice watch. I just, if you watch something with a couple of people, you like being in their company. Like if you watch something with someone at home, or you watch ever, but if you can watch a couple of people on screen that you enjoy watching, then it makes it a nice watch without being overly funny. And although it was only 90 minutes, it did feel a little long to me, which isn't usually a great thing, but it certainly wasn't a disaster, and some of the plot ideas were just a little bit too familiar, yes, to things like Groundhog Day. And yes, we have seen this before, literally in these other sort of comedy dramas that we've had over the years. Not that many, have we? But certainly let's mention Groundhog Day again. Yeah, there's a couple of nice tweaks, of course, to the time loop scenario without making you go, wow, there's nothing outstanding. Empire themselves claim it could become a classic in itself. Well, not a word I would probably use in this, but it is an interesting, fun addition to the genre. And if you ask me, I would probably, if you said to me, right, you're going to have to watch another 5 films on the spin between this and some of the other time loop films, I would probably watch Groundhog Day 5 times on the spin. As I say, I've not watched it for a while, but perhaps I'll go and find out now where I can perhaps download Groundhog Day and give it a rewatch and make a comparison between the two, perhaps a battle even. But I think I know, in my opinion, who probably will win. Yeah, so as I said, I'm not as overly mad as a lot of the critics and a lot of Joe Public. I mean, not all Joe Public are convinced, but it is a nice addition, as I said, to the genre. Very, very interesting. Without say, if you don't like those 2 actors, for instance, then you probably won't like the film, because it is, as someone mentioned there, their sort of acting styles from other things that have featured in the past and transferred to this. So yeah, so you got to like those 2 characters. I'm not overly familiar with both of them. I have watched them occasionally, but certainly not the TV series they've been in. I've not watched anything like that, but I've seen the odd film, of course, and I do like them. And as I said, them 2 made it for me. So my rating, yeah, I am going to give it a very watchable rating. I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. I'm not going to go mad. It won't linger long in the memory, to be honest with you. It's just a nice film. If someone asks for something quirky to watch, I will probably recommend it. But it's not etched. It's not, in my opinion, a classic. Perhaps it'll become a cult classic. But having said that, cults usually don't get many people watching. This does seem to have a lot of fans, so it's a bit unfair to say that, I think. But yeah, it won't live long in my memory, but I did enjoy it, so I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. Yeah, the poster, I mean, there's a couple of posters been up there as I've been doing this. It's okay, a bit wishy-washy, isn't it? It's okay, it is what it is, so I'll give the poster a 6 out of 10. So overall, the trailer wins it today. I'm lucky to say the trailer's just slightly better than the film. As I say, I do tend to watch trailers after I watch the film, which is sometimes a good idea, but if you do watch the trailer and you like the trailer, that'll give you a feel for it. So I don't think you'll be too disappointed with the film once you watch the trailer. So trailer 7 out of 10, the film 6.5 out of 10, and the poster 6 out of 10. And of course, this is available for general, certainly here in the UK, on Amazon Prime from the 9th of April 2021. So keep your eyes out for that. I say I would certainly recommend you have a watch of this and enjoy it for what it is, as I did. Anyway, thanks for watching. What we're going to do with this day, have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families. More importantly, let's all look after each other. Till we meet here again on the Film and TV channel, or perhaps have a flick across, have a look at my Citizen channel, my football channel, if that's of any interest. Whatever it is, all I ever ask is please stay safe, everyone. Thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.